The third season of Ozark came out yesterday, and I basically have binged this entire show over the past week, I think. I watched season 1 over the span of like 4 or 5 days, and then I watched season 2 in a day on Thursday, the day before, and then I watched season 3 yesterday and today, and I'm finally here to review this season because this show has just reached a whole other level. If you don't know what Ozark is, it is a Netflix original about a family who starts laundering money for the Mexican cartel, and they have to move to the Ozarks from, I think, Chicago. And it stars Jason Bateman, Laura Linney, and Julia Garner. And this third season is easily the best season in the show. Now, I'm just going to quickly cover the first two before I talk about this third one. The first one is a great season. I really, really liked it. Now, I felt the episodes were a bit too long, which is weird because the episodes are about the same length in every season, but that's just because there's maybe about 10-15 minutes of every episode in the first two seasons actually, which I felt could easily have been cut out. They feel like too long, like they're going on and dragging a bit for most episodes. Not all, but most. And I still really loved it. Jason Bateman has easily become one of my favorite actors slash directors working today. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. Recently, Game Night. He is in one of my favorite films of all time, Juno. And of course, I've seen like the first season of Arrested Development or just random episodes, and he is great. Laura Linney is fantastic as well as his wife, and she does a lot in the third season, but I'll talk about that more. She's great through the entire thing. Even their kids are so good, which is weird because mostly child actors can be really annoying or they're kind of just working on getting better, but no, both of them are really good. But Julia Garner may have given the best performance in season 1 and 2. I don't know. She's definitely a huge standout, and I really loved her character. My episode ranking of both season 1, there's season 1, there's season 2, if you want to read over those quickly. If you've seen the show, this review will not contain spoilers for any of the seasons, but I love season 1 just a bit more than season 2. They're very close. I'd give season 1 an A-, season 2 a B+, but Ozark season 3 is the best season of the show. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I love Stranger Things. It's probably my favorite Netflix original show. I think I've seen like 3 or 4, but Ozark season 3 is the best season of any Netflix original that I've seen. I've seen 13 Reasons Why season 1. I tried watching season 2. It just started getting really bad. I'm Not Okay With This, which was okay. And Stranger Things I've watched all. And Ozark, and those two, Stranger Things and Ozark, are battling. I love them almost the same. Now, crime is my favorite genre of film, but I haven't really watched any crime shows besides Breaking Bad, my favorite show, my favorite piece of entertainment ever. And the great thing about Ozark season 3 is I feel like it takes inspiration from Breaking Bad, especially season 5B, or just season 5 in general. But if you've seen Breaking Bad, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. There are at least 2 things in particular, and it also takes the last episode, I think, of season 3, pays homage to The Godfather. It doesn't rip it off, it pays homage to a certain very famous scene from The Godfather, which I won't spoil. But Ozark season 3 is so goddamn good. Now, it started off the show as a very, very good crime drama, and it kind of just built, and you could tell throughout both season 1 and season 2 it was building to something more than just really good. And this show has officially moved to top tier television. I'm telling you, this has become one of my favorite shows of the past few years, if not my favorite. Jason Bateman is the best I think I've ever seen him in this. I've not seen The Outsider yet, but I do want to watch that new Stephen King adaptation show. He is so good here as he plays, obviously, probably the biggest role in the film as it's about his family, and he just has to do so much, and some of it is so subtle, and he tries to calm some people down. And it's same with Laura Linney, except she has a breakdown in episode 8, or I think it's episode 8 or 9, and it is just so emotionally powerful. But my favorite new addition to the show is Ben Davis. Ben Davis is played by this guy, I don't know how to say his name, Tom something, and he is so good in this film. It is crazy. His character has so much power in him, and he plays this very broken character. And he also takes meds, and when he's not on the meds, he is insane. There's something that happens, and I think it's the start of episode 2, I think, because he was a substitute teacher. I'm gonna say this in the most, like, non-spoiler way as possible, but you see him instantly change like this when he sees something on one of the students' phones, and I'm not gonna spoil that what he does in the next moments is crazy. And then as the season goes along and more things happen, there are some really emotionally powerful scenes with him. Ozark Season 3 hits you in a way that you do not expect, especially in those final episodes. And this show, I love this show, and every episode in this season for sure was great. Now, in some of the past seasons, there may have been one or two that were like, okay, that was good, but it wasn't as good as the other ones. All these ones are great, like nothing lower than a B+. And then you get some episodes that are at like the A+ level, and it's those last 2 or 3 episodes for sure. Jason Bateman directed some of these episodes, and when he directs, I could always tell that it was his episode because he is so good behind the camera, but so is every director. I won't name them all, but every director is so good, but Jason Bateman definitely stands out. And the script here is just fantastic. They're really, I can't remember like the Emmy categories, but if there's something for like screenplay or whatever, Ozark should definitely get it. And I really want to see Tom Fell, whatever his name is, win a supporting actor. And even Laura Linney and Jason Bateman, they both also deserve something because they have to do so much and you don't even see all of it. They're basically doing what James Caan did in Misery, where they're acting inside of their character, if that makes sense. They have to lie to a bunch of people of what they're actually doing. And the way that they both, Laura Linney and Jason Bateman, portray that throughout the entire thing is fantastic. I only have one small issue. My only one small issue with this is Madison Thompson. She plays a friend in this, and she doesn't feel like, she's not bad. She just doesn't feel like she fits some of the situations in some of the episodes. She's like pretty good in a lot of it, but there are just some scenes where I don't think she really got the memo of, oh, this is actually supposed to be darker, but that's it. Ozark Season 3 is phenomenal, and it's something that, since we're basically all in quarantine, you should binge just like I did. I'm going to give Ozark Season 3 an A. If you haven't already, please listen to mine and Carter Anderson's podcast. The episodes, there are 2, are available on Spotify, Apple Music, and I'm posting them all as a video version to my YouTube channel here, and I'll link it in the description below. And please check those out. It's called Movie Talk with Carter and you, and it's just under a half an hour, at least most of them they have been so far. And it's fun to do. It just gives us more time to talk about not always modern, like stuff that just came out, like this, which came out yesterday. We've talked about our top 5 favorite teen or coming of age films and our top 5 favorite male leading performances of last decade. In our next episode, we're covering our top 5 favorite leading female performances of the last decade. Thank you all for watching. Follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, and I will see you guys next time. Over and out.